Welcome to an analysis of CAT 2020 Slot 3. The overall format of the paper was as follows. Each correct question carried 3 marks and each incorrect questions carried a negative mark of 1. The key-in questions did not carry negative marks and the total duration of the test was of 2 hours. Let's examine the VARC sectional. This time, though the VARC sectional was again a troublesome sectional, in comparison with the other sectionals, its difficulty level paled out. With 18 questions spread across 4 RCs, the RCs were around 400 to 500 words in length. With 2 RCs carrying 5 questions each and 2 RCs carrying 4 questions each. Like slot 1 and slot 2, the density of language and the closeness of options required students to spend more time reading these RCs and regressing to get the answers. The RC topics were sociology, which was to do with travel writing and feminism during colonial times, economics, which was to do with the need for economic literacy in the general population. This passage carried 4 questions and could be termed moderate, whereas the passage on sociology carried 5 questions and could be termed moderately difficult. The third passage was on technology and sociology. It talked of screen time and how the notion of screen time was carefully observed among certain classes, among people who understood the repercussions of it. This passage carried a total of 4 questions and could be termed moderate. The last passage, which was on philosophy, undertook an analysis of human nature, different viewpoints on human nature that the author analyzed. This passage carried 5 questions and could be termed moderately difficult. The questions based on all these passages range from inferences, main idea questions, the except and least questions, strengthen questions, and a 1 or 2 parallel reasoning questions. The VA section turned out to be easier in comparison. It had 8 questions, 3 summary questions of less than 100 words each, 3 parajumbles of 4 sentences each, which could be termed moderate. Both summary and parajumbles can be termed moderate. 2 questions of out of context with 5 sentences each, which can be termed moderate again. Overall, the VARC sectional can be termed as moderate, and the good attempts would be something in the range of 18-19 questions. Let us examine the DI-LR sectional. The slight departure from previous years in terms of number of questions per set continued in slot 3. With 3 sets carrying 4 questions each and 2 sets carrying 6 questions each, the 24 questions of DI-LR had 3 sets of LR and 2 sets of DI. There were also 6 non-negative key-in questions. The first set of DI carried 6 questions and had to do with the division of rectangular plot of trees. This set can be called a moderately difficult one. Set 2, an LR set, carried 4 questions, which was to do with a Venn diagram for 4, which can be termed an easy set. Set 3 was again an LR set, which carried 6 questions and had to do with casino points. This set was quite difficult. Set 4, an LR set again, carried 4 questions and had to do with a blood sample vial. This can be termed a moderately difficult set. Set 5, which is a DI set, carried 4 questions. It had to do with orders received, and this set was a difficult one. Overall, there were 6 non-negative key-in questions, and this sectional can be termed a moderately difficult sectional. Good attempts would be in the range of 13-14 questions. Let's examine the QA sectional. QA slot 3, with a total of 26 questions, tilted the balance slightly towards algebra with around 11-12 questions of algebra. This tilt also made the sectional slightly more tricky and time consuming in comparison to the previous two slots. Questions on numbers were also missing in this slot. Arithmetic had about 11-12 questions with topics widely covered. Nevertheless, the section can be termed moderate overall. With the right selection of questions, a student should have been able to navigate 14-15 attempts in this section. CAT 2020 overall turned out to be a notch higher than CAT 19. What worked in the test taker's favor was the respite offered by the familiar question types. Here are the predicted scores versus percentiles of slot 3. All the best for your actual CAT results, which should be announced in the early phase of January. Thank you for watching this video.